Hello, everybody. I know I already did my live for the day, but I said, you know what? I have to get on here and share what's going on right now with me. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Tina from Homeschooling and Oils on Instagram, Facebook, and also YouTube. The reason why I decided to hop back on today to talk with you, hey Jackie, to do a really quick video, not a long drawn out video. If you saw the description of my video, you know I said let me give a shout out to all my respiratory people who have respiratory issues. And so the reason why it made me think about this is because if those of you who do not know, I am a South Carolinian, and we have Hurricane Florence getting ready to come through here right now. Well, not right now at this moment, but tomorrow and Friday. And I can tell you one thing. I just went outside and I can actually tell the difference in the air. I can tell the difference. Like it's an unusual stiffness in the air that only a person that has respiratory issues will know about or will resonate with. It just makes breathing more difficult. Now I can really tell that it's a shift in the weather right now, and I had some place that I need to go this evening for my spiritual meeting with my congregation to get Bible education. And due to this respiratory thing that's going on, I have to stay from out there. So I'm going to tune in from home and listen in over the telephone. And but I can't go out there. I tried. I went out there maybe about an hour ago. My respiratory tract was so tight, I could barely get back in the house just from going outside. So I can tell that Hurricane Florence is, whatever she's doing out there, it's messing with the air, with debris. And the humidity is really, really high right now for me. It's a tightness in the air that is very unusual. So I can tell that the weather has a lot to do with it. So my question to you is, if you have a loved one or maybe yourself who has respiratory issues, what do you do? Does the weather outside affect them? Could they be perfectly okay inside the home, and then they go outside, you see a complete shift in the way that their body is responding to the outside elements? I know that with me, that is the case. Certain weather or certain things affect my respiratory tract. It affects my respiratory tract, and it significantly changes the way that my breathing. So I had to I was gonna go somewhere to handle a couple more things, but I told my mom, I'm like, I got to go in. I can barely breathe. So I came in and I started doing my essential oils that support respiratory, that supports breathing, and I'm start diffusing like crazy. And also doing my little therapeutic rubs. And also, like I told you in another video, coffee has natural properties in it with the caffeine and stuff. I'm not a coffee drinker, I'm a tea drinker. But when I'm having problems with respiratory issues, I tend to go and get me a cup of coffee. So I'm going to make me a cup of coffee, and I'm going to drink that to support my respiratory tract. Like I said, I'm going to use my essential oils. And I'm going to stay from out there. Because outside is not my friend right now. So I just wanted to hop back on. And another thing that I have found out about things that can induce or incite your respiratory tract, for those of you who do not know, with asthma and different stuff like that, your emotions have a lot to play with how your body responds breathing wise. So if you notice that you are on a high end of the stress level, you're very emotional, you're very stressful, you're very stressed, you're very panicky, you will notice that it affects your breathing. So it's a good thing to try to find something that soothes or calms you during those moments of high stress. Do something that relaxes you naturally. And also, just to have on the safe side, make sure that you keep all your medications. If you're a person who take medication, make sure that you keep all your medications filled up and use them. You know when you need to use your medication and when you don't need to use your medication if you use medication. I have different things in line that I do naturally, and then if I get to the point where it gets so bad that I know that I need something else, I do use something, an inhaler or something to help, like what they call a rescue inhaler. But I prefer just using all my natural products first because of I don't have the side effects and stuff like that. And so far, what I've been doing so far, it has been working. So that tightness and everything that I was having before has dissipated since I've been using my natural products and stuff. And now I'm going to go ahead and do my natural protocol, my natural regime when I have these respiratory things. And step number one for me is to stay from outside. When all that stuff is floating up in the air, I have to stay from outside. I have to stay inside. I plug up my air purifier to clean the air, to filter the air, and I diffuse my essential oils in the air. I also make teas, and I drink a little coffee because it has property in it that naturally opens the respiratory tract. And I just try to remain as calm as possible and do things that are lighthearted, that makes you laugh, things that you enjoy, so that the stress element of it will not be another thing that will make your situation worse. So what do you do? Do you have a family member that have respiratory issues, really severe or chronic things that going on? What protocol do you do? Do you try natural things first, or do you use medicine first, traditional medicine first? What do you do? Do you have different things that like is your protocol or your go-to? Because these are some things that I do. And with severe weather happening, you will notice that a lot of things that normally didn't bother you, you'll notice that they're bothering you because of the barometric pressure in the air. And it tends to give some people headaches or make them a little dizzy or lethargic. You will notice that when weather start changing, it really affects certain people in certain groups. And it also affects the animals as well. So if you notice, if you have a fur baby and your fur baby is acting a little strange, it could very well be the weather, because they can sense when things are happening outside. Like a telltale thing is if it's like some increment weather that's going on and you don't know what to do, or you're not even aware of it, but you see a whole lot of dogs and cats and animals going one way, you better follow them. If it's a whole lot of them gathering together, and it's odd, a strange a collaboration of different animals that normally don't go together, and they're running one way, you need to check out that, because 9 times out of 10, they know what they're doing. So it's many studies and documentaries that have said that even when tsunamis and different stuff hit, how their animals was acting a little lethargic or a little off, and how maybe some hours later, or I don't even know how long it was, but then it said that how the tragedy struck. So pay attention to your animals, pay attention to your body, pay attention to your relatives or children or yourself, whomever has these respiratory issues or any kind of medical situation. Pay attention to that and try to put yourself in line with the protocol to make sure you have all your steps into place. If you need medications and need refills or whatever the case may be, you have natural regimens or regimes that you do. Make sure that you have all those things in place just in case your power goes out, just in case you can't get to a pharmacy or get to a health food store. Make sure that you try to have these things in place, because when it strikes, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be able to do or get, you're not going to be able to get what you need. But for right now, Tina is staying in the house because out there is not my friend. That air quality out there is So with my respiratory issues, I'm going to go ahead and stay in. My children have respiratory issues as well. And so I know if I can't handle all of that, I'm not going to take a chance with them. So we're going to stay in till further notice. Not unless they tell us to evacuate, and then we do have to go out. But I'm not just going to go out there just to go out there with all that yucky stuff out there right now that can trigger or incite more respiratory things. So I'm just going to do my protocol that I do for respiratory issues, make me some coffee, get into my comfy PJs, and ride it out. And not unless they say we need to evacuate, then I'm going to get my stuff and go. And I'm not trying to grab the whole house. I'm just trying to grab my to-go bed and make sure the kids need what they need, and then we can get up out of here. But at any rate, you guys, I just want to hop on real quick and talk to you about what are some things that you do when you notice inclement weather coming. Do you feel differently? Do you notice your emotions are high and low? Do you notice that if you have a problem with anxiety or panic, do you notice that you're feeling those feelings? I know that I don't feel anxious or panicky, but the air quality out there is so yucky and so tight right now that I knew after I went out and I felt some type of way, I knew that it was a no-go for any outside activities right now until this stuff clears up a little bit. So you have to know your body and know when to stop. But anyway, so I just want to hop on right quick and tell you guys about that. Just pay attention to your body and be prepared and stay safe, everybody. Everybody who are in the direct path of the hurricane, stay safe. Make sure your babies, your children, your parents, your loved ones, your friends, even down to the fur babies, make sure that everybody is safe. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow, whether or not Florence come my way or not. She's coming, but I don't know how bad she's gonna do. So as long as I have internet connection, I will definitely come back to you live tomorrow. You guys have a great rest of your day and stay safe and prepare. Talk to you later. Bye.